Antonio told Malia he couldn't live without her in his life. What did he mean by that? Um, he meant exactly what he said. This man is had this
Mhm.
obsession with her. He may not have been able to have her, but he's clearly obsessed with her. Um, he ran to her when April blew up. He ran to Malia. He didn't go to April. And now Malia was cutting him off. She was like, "Look, you don't have the strength to do this. I do. This, things have gone too far. I think it's with the situation that's going
Yes.
on and your upcoming marriage and all this, you know, I'm stepping back, and that was, I mean, the world ended for him in a sense. There's the history there. They've been friends forever. There's history there, and then he's also, I think he thinks one day, he may even have her one day. And so all that was thrown out the window, and he didn't even get a chance to hit it. So, yeah, that he
God dang.
couldn't live. There's no way
Jesus.
he
Oh,
can
Jesus.
live with that. He
Oh,
didn't even get to,
Jesus. Jesus.
he's already getting the
He
punishment.
didn't
You
even
know
get
what
to
I
the
mean?
pound town.
He didn't even get
No
to
pound
take her to
town?
Pound Town, and he's already getting
Damn
a
it.
punishment
Damn it.
for it, and he didn't even do it. So, um, yeah,
The
that
punishment,
was,
but the action wasn't there. Hmm.
but the action wasn't there. That's like going to jail for murder. You didn't even kill the person. You
They're
like
still
what?
alive. They're walking around
But they're
outside.
alive. Can I at least go kill him now? Since I'm going away for
Already
life,
here.
can I go? Do the job? But he didn't get to do that. So, but no, he's obsessed and he's in love. He's in love with her. He loves her differently than he may even love April. Um, so yeah, she's walking away from him, and that's going to unravel him. That's going to shake his little world.
He didn't get a hit. He didn't get a chance to hit it, girl. Dang. Like,
I didn't even get a
I
chance
can't
to
believe you
smash,
said
bro.
that.
Yeah.
Like, leave it to Alicia to take it right back to the east side. I promise. What? But I love it though, because it'd be like so funny. I'm like, she's right. He didn't get a chance to conquer that mountain.
Yeah, that's next level devastation, right?
Tough.
I
Tough.
definitely agree with everything that you said. And I would just like to add for all the men out here acting like this, stop being a punk, And if you want somebody, like, do what it takes to get that person that you say you want, or you're gonna end up just like Antonio, because it's so stupid that you're gonna go through this level of devastation, but you wouldn't even put the work in and fix your life in the way that you would need to, so you could have the woman of your dreams. Get out of here with all that foolishness.
Right.
So you deserve it. And I and I don't think he's gonna harm himself or anything like that. But
No. No. He'll be at the club with two strippers in about an hour. Don't worry about it. He'll be just fine. He'll be just fine.
he gonna
And
be
he
Did you
still
he
say
gonna
hasn't
be
Julie?
checked
text,
on
he gonna
Deja.
be he gonna be texting Deja like,
Mm-hmm.
are you feeling better today? Cause I need to come by.
Girl, she probably in a coma. Been beaten to a coma. Like, oh, how you doing? Call her in 3 weeks to a month. See if she woke up yet.
No,
Praise
he gonna
God.
be texting the next chick talking about how Malia did him so wrong and how April did him so wrong, because that's how they be playing that stuff to get the next woman
I'm
wrapped up
hurt.
in their little finger
I'm
and bite it
hurt.
over.
You gotta
Can
sniffle
you
with it too.
believe
You gotta
it?
have a hard sniffle. I'm
Yeah,
hurt.
exactly.
I'm ready to cry and snap. I'm hurt. Oh, you hurt. Okay. Not the damage you've done to other people, but you hurt. Mhm.
You heard,
So
but
I'm just dying at
Mhm.
him trying to text Deja after beating the mess out of her. Like he's mad at Malia again, or Malia really did it this time. So Deja about to
right.
get that work, girl. That was just a preview.
You
You
better
might
hope
mess
you in a
around.
coma. I'm gonna beat you into one. She gonna
How
mess around
much
and
of
find
that?
out. You gonna be at the hospital.
You know how
Pearl.
much of an asshole you gotta be though to freaking text somebody you beat the best. Yeah, I'm ready for round
Take
two.
her flowers,
Round
take her
two.
flowers to the hospital and cry.
This is to you.
Mm.
You did, Playboy. You did. He's like,
That's how
mm-mm.
they be acting, man. Bad.
um, Antonio talking about some. What was the exact words? Because I need to look at this foolishness. Antonio told Malia he couldn't live without her in his life. What did he mean by that? And I had to do all that extra because you know me. What does he mean by that? He means he's an ass. That's what he means by that. The thing was, he didn't tell Malia, hey, you know what? I'm glad the situation, you know what I'm saying, busted out the way it did with April. It's an ugly situation. However, it was very necessary. The cards are on the table. Um, you know how I feel about you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know. Now April knows. This is our opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to be together. So even though it happened in an ugly way, the door is now open for us. No, he doesn't say that. It just can't lose you. What does that mean? Like, what are you gonna give up for me though? Like, impress me. You know, he didn't say anything that was like impress worthy. You know, he told me I don't want to lose you. But you still getting married in 2 months. Like, I know you ain't called off the wedding. Like, so are you saying to me that while you are still planning on getting married to this woman, that you need to have me in your life as some form of peace? So when she pisses you off, you can come to my condo? No. Antonio was talking very selfish. The reality was he knew that the money was just too good for April, honey. She wasn't walking away from them bags. That's money bags right there, right? She wasn't gonna walk away from him. He knew she was mad, but she was gonna get over it. It was Malia that he's like, nah, she might cut me off before I'm able to hit it. You know, in the words of Alicia, like I was like, who was even thinking like that? Men do think differently. So and I really think that's what it is, you know. Do I feel like Antonio has love for her? Absolutely. But sometimes I think that you can make people into something so much more than what they are. You can build up a fantasy, you can build up a facade of somebody. And I think that's really Antonio's thing with Malia. He feels like I'm just with her and she's gonna make my life complete. And I've heard people say that. And I'm like, that's not how that works. One person isn't the end all be all, conquer all, make you feel better for all. Like no woman or man's gonna have a magic wand and they're gonna your mother was mean to you as a child, you know, it's over. Your father walked out. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the pain is gone because my love is going to be a conquering river that's just going to wipe all of your problems away. That's not what's going to happen. People are really insane with this belief system, right? And so I feel like Antonio has kind of built this idea up of Malia. And to be honest, I think that even if Malia and Antonio got together, I think he'd be disappointed. I think he would continue to cheat. I think he'd be like, "You're not Jesus' sister." No, I'm not Jesus' sister. Okay, you walk on water. I can't. I'm human too. I'm flawed like everybody else. Problems. I'm serious. I mean, could you imagine being with somebody and they think that you're so perfect that everything in you, girl? This brings me back
I didn't.
to a memory.
You said you're
It's
not
actually your
Jesus' sister.
Jesus' sister, baby girl, baby sister. You had somebody in your life years ago who basically told you that they thought because of your lifestyle of Christianity and how holy you were, that if something happened to them and they died, like you'd be able to get them into heaven. Do you remember that?
That's what I was just thinking about. That's why it was so funny to me because I literally had someone tell me that I was such a good Christian girl that they knew with their level of sin that if they died because they were with me, they could go to heaven and go to Jesus and be like, but I was with Kyrie. But that should get, and he was like, that should get me in the door. He swore up and down, I'm gonna get into heaven because I'm with you. That's how good. So that's why that was his motivation to be with me and to stay with me and to keep me, so I could get him into heaven. I was his ticket into heaven, not him living right. Crazy. That's exactly what I was thinking about.
That sounds crazy, but people are really out here telling people that Do you know my husband told me years ago when I was like really, really saved? Because now God is just shaking his head at me. But we working on all of this. Like there's been some trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like there's been some hurt. You know what I'm saying in the church. There's been some hurt in the family connected to the church. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. That's a whole nother discussion for another day. Started a long time ago. But I'm working through the trauma. Okay, God's gonna get me back on track. My husband told me years ago. He said, I believe that even if I go to hell, if you're up there, you could talk God into anything that you wanted. I said, what do you mean? He was like, I mean, like, if I go to hell, like, and you get up there and I'm not there, like, you should be able to go to God, go to the throne room and be like, hey, my husband's not here and I can't be here without him. He told me, don't give God no peace. Like, literally put it on, like, hey, play boy, I got, you know what I'm saying, an appointment with you. And this is like my fourth one. When are you going to let my guy in, right? He gonna tell me, Karina, you know, what if God told you no, he's just not gonna come in and you've had all these meetings and he's like, and don't ask again. I said if I was even that crazy to even think like that. I said if God said no, it would be no. He was like, you wouldn't pray for me to get to heaven. I said, well, clearly your name wasn't on the VIP list, so you couldn't come. He said, well, then you tell God, if you don't let him in, I'm leaving. He wanted me to tell God that I'm gonna be with him, even if he's in hell. I said, wait a minute, sir.
That is so
You want me to give
selfish.
up heaven? Come down to hell? He said, if you really love me. I laughed. I hurt his feelings so bad. I was like, I'm not going to hell for nobody.
That is
Kill me,
so
nobody.
selfish. So selfish, sir.
She can't hear you, Alicia. Yeah, it really is selfish. He talking about something. I just, said, tell God, if you don't let me, I'm leaving. You're like,
Yeah, I ain't going to hell for
oh, here.
nobody. I ain't going nowhere. I'll be like, okay,
Nobody.
God, what was you said no? Okay, all right, and I'm going
No.
back on my little cloud to go my heavenly
He
business,
told me we could be
and
down in hell
that's all too.
together. I mean, I would at least be happy if you was with me. I was like, we will both be there inviting the devil on a school night. Like, no,
You tell him.
On a school night, girl. Not on a school night. The weekend maybe, but not on the school night, girl. Mm-mm.
that's a whole inside joke about my son. You
Well, at
see,
least
you
Girl,
he'll
he's
tell
a
it, but
know
you
better
tell
warrior.
it so
than
good.
that.
So my whole thing about the, huh? Tell
What?
Alicia.
I said,
Oh,
I
oh,
said, tell Savat's story. I like how you tell it.
I don't say, girl. I'll just tell what you told me. Um,
No,
we like
I
to
like how
watch
you
our
tell it
little
though.
horror movies from time to time, and both her son and my son are scared of horror movies. Like they just don't play that.
Yeah.
With mine, as soon as he hear the
Mm-mm.
music, he leave in the room, and so Savat be on
Mine
that same
too.
energy, and so I think Karina's like, well, what's wrong with you? Where are you going? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, mom, I'm not fighting the devil. I'm not going to be in here fighting demons on a school night. I got to get up early in the morning and I got to go to school. And I'm not going to be up all night fighting demons. We like, well, dang.
That was so funny.
He
He said
was
on a
like,
school night,
on
he's
the
not a fight.
weekend, he's fine. But he said he ain't doing it on no school night. He got to get up. Mr. Savat,
And
brother
he was
Savat, is
tapping on
serious
that
about the
because Savat
bread.
doesn't watch scary movies at all. Like he just doesn't. He
None
doesn't
of
care if it's
that.
a weekend or not. But he felt disrespected that I wanted him to sit back and watch a movie. We're all as a family watching this movie. And he was like, you want me to watch it on a school night? Be up all night fighting demons. He was only 7 or 8 years old. And I'm like, what? Like, it was so funny
Right.
to me. Because again, I
He's a
haven't been in
little
church for like
thing.
years, right? So for him to get up here and talk about something, I'm not going to be fighting demons on a school night. I don't have time. I got to get rest. I get up in the morning.
he said, you know, I need recovery time.
I don't even know what the question was anymore. Oh,
I think
Antonio was, girl, a rabbit hole. Antonio was professing
rabbit
his
hole.
deep, undying love for Malia, but he wasn't willing to cut the situation off with Eric. Not Erica, Lord, what the hell? He wasn't willing to cut the situation
Not
with,
Erica.
April. Yeah, not Erica. Nobody wants her. He wasn't willing to cut the situation off with April. So, to me, I think what he was saying to her was, I'm still going to get married to April. and I want you to be my new number one side chick. Now, there's going to be other side chicks, but you're going to be like the number one top side chick. Like, you're going to have preferential treatment, but you're still going to be a side chick. That's how I took that. He didn't care about her like that. Okay, next question says, why was Antonio sitting in the car after being kicked out of the store? Is he that in love with Malia, or he had no other place to go? I don't think he was sitting outside because he was had no place to go. The man owns multiple businesses, legal and illegal businesses, so he's got some place to go. I'm sure he got a few hideouts around town, some other side chicks he can hit up. I think he was sitting inside the car because he felt lost. I think the situation was spiraling out of control and he just didn't know what to do. I think he was really upset because he knew he was going to catch hell from April if she wasn't gone. She was probably at home tearing up his stuff and packing up a bag. Even though I don't feel like she's going anywhere, it's like she still has to do all of like the theatrics, just the over the top screaming, breaking, and or packing her bag and doing all of that, right? I think he was just in that car, he was just disappointed. Hi,
Oh,
Yara.
all the
It's
kitties are
Yara.
back. Hmm?
All the kitties from the kitty litter is back.
Yeah, mine is start. We gotta push through this
Y'all
because
just be
mine
doing
is.
the most. Y'all ain't that in love with your mama. Like, you just want to be on the show too. Just say you want to be on the show.
I know Nikki
Okay.
and Jael
Is
are
that
over
my
here, and
big
I'm
boy?
like, back up.
Hi, baby. And you went to the pop.
Okay, we just got two more questions and then I'll be done, okay? Okay.
Yeah. He said, give me some of that love first, mama. Yeah, I think that he was just, he was beside himself. Okay, and here comes the husband. He says, well, I want a taste too. I want a taste of that. Come on, folks. The kids want a taste. The husband want a taste. The whole family want a taste. You can get a taste by Tiger Song, but you can get a taste.
Everybody getting a taste.
Everybody getting a taste. You can get a taste. Taste, taste. You can get a taste. I don't want to go to the rest of the part because it's got some curse words, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, I think Homeboy being in that car was just him being at a loss. He was determined not to give up Malia. And in previous chapters, he had said that because Jan entered the picture. I guess that picture is a photo, so whatever. Entered the picture that he felt like he had to start to make some moves on Malia very soon, or he was going to lose his opportunity. But again, I never heard him say he was actually going to break off his engagement. So I don't feel bad for him sitting in the car. Um, I think he just knows that things are about to be real effed up for him for a minute, and he still ain't gonna have the person he wants to go to Pound Town with. Let's be honest. He can have whatever woman he wants, and the fact that he hasn't been able to have her, I don't think it's because she's so spectacular. I think she is pretty amazing, but I think what it is that I want what I want, and I want to be able to say I conquered that mountain. I want to be able to say there was not one woman, not one person that I couldn't have when I said I want you. It was over. It was a wrap. Some people are really ego driven. I want to be able to say I had whatever I wanted to have. It was not a woman that I couldn't have. I had her too. That's all. That's my thoughts.
And you know what? I 100% agree with that assessment because if he truly loved her and he truly wanted her, he would change himself to be the man that she needed. And that's how you know an ego driven man and a righteous man, that really wants
Right.
to commit to a woman. I thought that you hit the nail on the head right there. That was perfect.
Thank
So,
you, love.
yeah. Yeah, and I agree. He's sitting in the car because he's feeling lost. Everything is just so all over the place. He didn't beat a woman half to death the night before. He's about to lose his
Hmm.
fiance, and he's losing Malia. It's just so much energy. He just needs a minute to collect himself.
Right.
So.
Yeah, he gotta get him. He needs a minute so he can figure out who he's calling next because he can't go home tonight. So what other stripper is on call for these services?
Yeah,
He ain't in love with nobody.
Deja's out of service right now.
Daisy's out of commission. She was
Out
the
of
number one
commission.
side chick, so I got to go to number two. If number two is not available, number three should work just fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say same thing Curie said. He just lost, his three main players on his team. So he's sitting in that car really rethinking some things and probably trying to either come up with this next move or trying to somehow process the devastation of losing Malia. Because it seemed like he's more concerned about her than April and Deja. Like those are just kind of like, I guess, icing on the cake, you could say. Um, but yeah, he just lost the three. He ain't been messing with Malia, but Malia has, she means something to him. So to lose her, yeah, April. I don't think he cared about Deja, but even Deja, um, he got to sit there and think about what he's going to do with himself. That's why he's sitting in that
He's
car. He
hurt.
had a place to
You
go.
know,
He has a big, beautiful home
hurt.
to go to. But
He's hurt.
yeah,
Deja getting beat like that. That wasn't his fault. You know, he's
you
hurt.
know,
She shouldn't have made him do that. She shouldn't have made
for
him do
sure.
that. So now he's hurt.
Right. So
All right, our last question. How much of Antonia's life does Eva know about? She seems to be keeping secrets from Malia too. Yeah, I don't think as of now in the story, like we know too much about how much Eva knows. We know she knows something though, and I feel like Antonio may have opened up to her about his feelings for Malia in the past. Um, and who's to say when that was, when they were kids, as they spend a lot of time together over the years. So, I'm pretty sure something has happened where that conversation came up. And then Eva was probably like, well, you need to tell her. Antonio never did. And then things just went on the way they went on. And Malia was with Mike, and Antonio had his folks, and things just carried on. And Eva probably didn't feel it necessary to even bring it up to Malia. But I know at this point there do need to be some conversations, you know, just to clear out the air of everything. Um, but I don't know. I don't know how much she knows, but I do think she knows something.
Alicia.
I feel the same way. I read that question and I was like, I had to think back over some chapters. I'm like, I don't remember, Antonio having a coming to God moment with Eva, but then that may
Jesus.
be ahead. So I wasn't sure
Mhm.
um, how much exactly with them being friends. He may have mentioned having these feelings for Malia, and she didn't, want to relay that back to Malia for whatever reason. That could be the only thing, the second part of that question was she seems to be keeping secrets from Malia. That would probably be up there. Like if he has, said his feelings about Malia to Eva, and she just didn't. She's like, we're not even going to introduce. We're not even going to bring it there. Like he told me this, that stays, between us, and then she got her friendship over there. So she may have kept that. Other than that, I'm not sure what secrets she could be. What other secrets she would keep from Malia, um, especially regarding Antonio.
I agree. As of now, we don't really know what that statement really means. The book does talk about, even knowing a little bit more about who Antonio really is and his lifestyle. And you're like, well, when did that conversation happen? It hasn't happened where we've been able to see it, but it's definitely something that will play out in the future. He's not somebody who's good for Malia. There have been times where I've had friends who are male, and they like a friend of mine, and my friend thought, oh, he's cute, but I'm like, I didn't say anything because I knew, okay, girl, yeah, he's gonna make like hamburger meat out of you too. Like you're gonna get cheated on, you're gonna be mistreated. So there's no point in opening up that door. When you really truly know who a person is, why would you do that? Like I was always like with all of my friends, I'd be like, listen, if any of my brothers try to talk to you, it's a no. Stay away from them because it's not going to end well for you. You give people a heads up. You try to protect people when you know this other person, you know what they can do to somebody. Then you just be like, I mean, because if my brother, like one of my friends, and my friend was like a whole man eater, I tell my brother, hey, I know you think Cassandra's cute. I don't know who Cassandra is. Again with these names, but Cassandra will eat you up, baby. She's a whole man eater. She will chew you and she'll spit you out, you know. So you do try to protect people. We're gonna see more, like I said, of what Eva knows unfold. This is Rose City. A lot of people have a lot of secrets. There's a lot of strange connections that we will see unfold, come together. We'll detail the things that are, that I think that as the chapters go on, you can revert back, like, wait a minute, wasn't that a thing? And oh, okay, I see now. Things will start to come together at more and more as the story unfolds. And my cat's knocked something over. Tired of them today, but yeah, that's that. Any final thoughts, ladies? All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here. We appreciate all of your support and kindness. And y'all just have been rocking with us each and every week as we get on here and discuss Rose City. We like to be silly. We like to keep it entertaining. And we like to be fun. So we just appreciate you guys rocking with us and supporting all of what's going on over here. So that's it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed our discussion on episode 22. Don't forget to tune in next week. We will be diving into episode 23. If you haven't already read it, what are you waiting for? The first 3 chapters are free on Kindle. So there's really no reason for you not to check it out and get addicted to it. New episodes are being published every week. We love hearing from our readers, so please add your thoughts, questions, and theories to the comments or reach out to us on Rose City, the After Show on Facebook. All links will be provided in the description. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week in Rose City. Bye.